Sony's noise-cancelling flagship headphones have been around for a while, but their recent update has Googlified them. This real conversation will help you decide if you should buy the WH-1000XM2 or not.
We'll come to the latest update in just a second, but Kevin, as the beard and hair expert at DHRME, what is your opinion on the looks?
The ear cups are a bit bulky for my taste, but they're professional looking, and I like that.
Is that because you're a fuck mom?
That's true, I am a fuck mom. And the faux leather on top of the ear cups give it a premium feel. What doesn't feel so premium is the creakiness of the plastic. And if we assume for a second the build quality doesn't crack under pressure, and that's a big assumption, they're quite durable despite their size.
Let's talk about comfort a little bit, because the size is what I think also makes them a bit comfortable. They cup nicely around my ear. You can relieve pressure on your crown by loosening the headphones, and they still sit nicely on your ear, so that's really nice. One thing I will say is that when they're warm, they tend to be a bit uncomfortable, a bit sweaty, just a little bit like what Kevin's doing right now. And if you have glasses, they're also not that comfortable because they tend to clamp down on them. But you know, who needs glasses anyway?
Pascal needs glasses, okay? He needs them. So the touch controls on the WH work well for navigation and volume controls. Clean and simple. They also have that handy hand over ear feature that lets in ambient sounds. Yeah. Without having to press any buttons or swipe any pads. However, we didn't really find ourselves using it very often. And you really look like a douchebag if you're talking to people wearing these massive headphones.
Having said that, the WH is a very monogamous kind of device, so it really likes being paired with only one source. So if you try to use two sources like a laptop and a phone, you're gonna have problems. So if you last use your laptop, it wants to connect to that. If you last use your phone, it wants to connect to that. And if you're in a crowded train, it's not very easy getting a laptop out, is it? So the only way to use these headphones in that case is to turn them on in pairing mode, or go back to the first device and turn Bluetooth off.
Damn, the struggle is real.
Thank you, Sony.
And the battery life has been fantastic. It lasts for about 2 weeks without having to charge it in between. And that's really useful for people who have to charge multiple devices every day. There are only 2 physical buttons, and that's made possible because there's an app.
Right.
And one of them is remappable.
The app on Android and iOS, they're very similar except for the audio formats that they support, which makes sense. And in the latest update, Sony brings the Google Assistant support to your headphones, which I thought initially wasn't a big deal.
But you're wrong, because it's just not about pulling up Google Assistant. It's much more than that. It can read out notifications. It's got this whole Google experience now. And you can respond to messages using your voice. How cool is that?
So we will explore this feature in detail in a separate video. The link should be up on the screen at some point.
You can tweak noise cancelling to a great degree now, including its strength, focusing only on voice, and optimizing for different altitudes. And while this is cool, what you can do with the sound itself is also empowering. You can adjust EQ, position of the sound, and the quality. So much better than the limited options of its predecessor, the MDR-1000X. Hey Rowan, you know that hashtag never remember?
Don't you mean never forget?
No, I mean Sony's version. It forgets everything.
All the settings you tweaked, all that ability to change your noise cancelling, to change your EQ, to change your sound position, gone up in the air like they've been fired by George Clooney. So personally, as a semi or non-audiophile, I think that they sound really good. Wirelessly, they sound nice, very rich, very full. Wired, they still continue to shine just like the MDR-1000X. Check out the comparison video we did with the MDR-1000X just to get a little bit more about the sound quality. But we'll move on for now. But here's something you might not think of while buying expensive noise cancelling headphones. Phone calls.
Phone calls? Why would I buy these headphones and make phone calls? I buy them to avoid people.
So for normal people who make phone calls, these headphones aren't very good. In our previous comparison video, we did say they were better than the MDR1000X, but better is relative. So I've had hits and misses with these phone calls. Sometimes people saying it's really clear, sometimes people saying my voice is coming from far away. So if you really want to be normal and call people, these may not be the headphones for you.
Yeah, not cool, Sony. It's time for First World Problems.
First world problem.
Number 1, LED lights. They keep blinking all day long. It's got that blink blink going on. Number 2, it's got micro USB. It's 2018. Where's that Type-C at? And number 3, there's no vocal feedback about the device it's connected to.
Headphones connected.
That, super annoying.
So there are really 3 reasons why we would suggest not to buy these headphones. One is the multiple devices issue if you're using many sources. Call quality, hit and miss, not as good as the PXC550 for example. Check out the review somewhere here. Third and not the least, last but not the least, is the possibility of crackage. But our headset did not crack, just like the MDR1000X. I've used it thoroughly day in, day out on commutes.
Here are our reasons to buy the Sony WH-1000XM2. Rohan, the reason is very simple. The reason is Kunal. That acronym was super improv.
So improv. And keep an eye out for deals because at one point these headphones were cheaper than the older model. Does not compute. Thanks for watching this video. Please use the links in the description below to check out the latest prices and buy these headphones. It will help us become rich, make more free content for you guys. Help yourself, help you. You've been Kunal.
And we've been DHRME. I'm a fuck man. I'm a fuck man. I'm a fuck man.